Right, we're back. Sorry about the minor irrelevant inconvenience. Just bear with me a wee second here. That was probably my fault because I screen shared and showed it. But again, you know, it just shows you the attention they have to pay, how focused they are into making sure they're getting every detail. Right? They're that desperate and that insecure. That's the attention they have on here. I mean, the boy Timmy is just a loose little puppy. He doesn't have a fucking clue which way he's up or down, you know? He doesn't know anything. He's just a sorry little sack of shit. You know, but he does deserve bitch slapping, right? But he's a total irrelevance. You know, you got to remember that this isn't coming from him. This is coming from his masters, because Timmy is not capable of standing on his own 2 feet in the world, right? He's not important. He's not relevant. He's just a fucking knob, right? One of these wee clingy troublemakers that you've all met before, right? A little rat, snake, is what he is. But it just shows you yet again, you know, there's a real issue. You could hear it in his voice. It's Timmy. His wee petty lip must be trembling, right? Because he's getting the piss ripped out of him. And he knows the severity of the situation he's in. It all must be setting in for him, right? Because as I said, the common man knows the common man's not going anywhere. And the common man outnumbers these fucking torots, right? Vastly outnumbers them. It's just a matter of standing up. Again, it should be galvanising you people to realise what the fuck's going on here. Right? No tolerance. I've not got any tolerance for anybody that gives tolerance to fucking knob cheeses like that. No excuses. I don't want to hear it from anybody. If you're fucking tolerating fucking absolute pricks like him, you're no welcome here. Right? Because you're playing into it. Telling you people, you start ridiculing these fucking clowns. They do not like it. They do not like to be ridiculed. Right? That's why wee Timmy and his fucking scabby cock-stained lips doesn't put his face in camera. Right? Because you would see it in his eyes. You would see how flimsy and false and fake he actually is. Doesn't have any strength. Doesn't have anything admirable whatsoever. Nothing. That's why he pedals about in his bike and drives his motor himself. Because he's nothing. Nobody. Who would want to spend time with that? And again, you know, it's because they see that this is popular. They see that people are gathering here, right? And they don't like it. They don't like it. You just watch out, people, because I can see them trying to pull the plug on the whole channel eventually. But I'll just keep firing up. I'll start again, right? And it doesn't matter now. It's been that far spread to the good people like yourselves that are listening that they are fucked. They can switch off internet. They can fucking play these insecure, pathetic games all they like. Right? People are taking it out into the real world, and that's what matters. Right? We idiots like him, they're not capable of realising that. They're lost in a world of delusion. Right? Being fed stories from, as I say, these shagging masters, right? Because we knob cheeses like him, they've been profiled through criminal activity, getting up to no good online or whatever it might be, and they're put to task. That's how your loving government operates. So thanks again, people, for coming back. It's much appreciated. You know, as I say, the wee clowns, they don't have the spine. You know, we sit here and they don't have the spine to come in and have actual discussion. It's because people are getting smarter now. They can see through the sophistry. They can see through the fallacies that these people employ. So they know they have no leg to stand on. They're just going to look ridiculous. And that is exactly what you should do, as I said at the beginning of this. Keep ridiculing the cartoon globe. Right? That's what it is. A cartoon. It's a joke and it's an insult. It deserves ridicule, and so do these people like him that try and represent it. But as I say, they don't have any knowledge, they don't have any wisdom, they don't have any attributes that are worthy of any respect or admiration. He's a lackey, a lick spittle, right? For the very same people who are bringing poverty and problems to my life, your life, and everybody else's life. These are the minds that need to be eradicated, removed, right? As I said, the common man outnumbers them majorly. And they have fucking nothing. It's just a matter of people having the right attitude in their mind, okay? And a decision to stand up and say, fuck you. And when you do that, what have they got? Nothing. Nothing. It's weak and it's flimsy. Because it's all based on lies, deceit, manipulation. So where were we? And again, don't even give him the attention. Honestly, when he comes on, turn it down. He's got fuck all to offer. Nothing that we've not heard a million times before. And people like me, people like yourselves out there have already investigated these things. Right? And again, it's a sign. If it's just a bunch of crackpot people that's no threat to anybody, right? And it really is a globe, then you have to rationalise in your own mind why these people would be so active for 3 years. To the point where they're scanning the screen, just, oh, right, I've got an address, right, we can get in tonight. I mean, that's not people who are secure and knowing what the truth is. Right? That's how pathetic they are. Their actions and the things they get involved in tells the real story. Right? I'm not running away over to Timmy's to try and convince him of anything. That dipshit comes here. And so do the other fucking sock accounts. You know, if I was to spend 3 years of my life going to, you know, My Little Pony lovers, people who do hangouts to talk about My Little Pony and their investment and believing My Little Pony was real, you know, or, you know, dragons in the fifth dimension. I mean, there's people who are certainly online talking about dragons in the fifth dimension, right? Now, if I was to go there for 3 years and troll them, if I was just to say, oh, I'm trolling, that just wouldn't make any logical sense. There is absolutely nothing rational in that whatsoever. You're either seriously mentally ill or you're working to protect an agenda. So, in Timmy's case, he's seriously mentally ill. He's been profiled and put to task in order to work an agenda and protect it. So, he's just a fucking shambles. And, you know, the way that he speaks and talks as if he's trying to give this persona, you should really see through it, because he's just a fucking numpty. Right? No man, no spine, baggy ass. I mean, it's a fucking shambles. So we'll just resume where we were. So again, if you want to come in and have anything to say, send an email to nocurve@gmx.com. And again, people, don't let this, you know, disparage you in any way, shape or form. All they can do is try and disrupt. But it just shows, look, everybody's back. Fuck you, Timmy. I won't get shagged for being a naughty little boy. It's not working. You're in for a right fucking sore mouth tonight, sonny boy. I've seen the jawbone structure and the fucking muscles here. That's for your forced sucking you've been doing, son.
He's still in the chat.
Is he?
Yeah.
He's just a desperate wee fucking creep.
How long is it going to take you to pay off that mangina then, to me, eh?
I know. What's the name he's using?
Event Skeptic's name he's using this evening.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
So anybody watching, you know, these clowns, again, your loving government, they make sock accounts, and now, you know, they resort to mimicking other content providers to try and sow more confusion amongst people. I mean, their games are just fucking sad and pathetic. But, you know, this wee dipshit again is here. You know, away and smoke some crack, son. I know that the smoking the green is just for now, until you get your hands on some crack, because you cannot look in the mirror. You cannot deal with yourself, right? I know you have a habit because you need to suppress that horrible, nasty vileness that's going on inside of you, and you do not know how to deal with it. You don't know where to turn. You don't know what you're doing. I would just go and stick a rope around your neck and jump. That'll be easier for you, sonny boy. So, nocurve@gmx.com, and the phone number if you want to call or text message is dun, dun, dun. Come on, save me here. What's there? Cheers, John. 07393654544. And I'm getting some messages coming through on the phone. I'm going to read them right now. And apologies to Sarah, who was in the middle of the conversation with me when we were, you know, interrupted by a baggy-hooped little ignoramus. What's your take on rainbows? Cheers, Mick, Newcastle. Not sure, to be honest with you, Mick. It's not something I spend a lot of time researching or trying to figure out, you know, but he's truly a pathetic wee cunt with no life. See, I mean, listen, you know, you're not even smart enough to realise that it's not working. You're no wanted. People are not interested in your sophistry or your illogical fucking ramblings. Nobody wants to hear it. People are too smart for you now, son. Get with the times. Stop listening to priest cock. Right? They're filling your deluded wee head full of rubbish. Take a look at reality and what's actually happening. Right? He doesn't agree with Flat Earth, fair enough. I don't agree with Rangers FC, but I wouldn't needlessly troll their page for fuck's sake. I have a life. He clearly has no fucking life, Kieran. Well, again, Kieran, you know, you're right. I've just made that point. You know, you have to, you know, rationalise in your mind and actually contemplate what's going on here, because that's the absurdity of it. If it is a nonsense and there's nothing to, you know, protect, there's nothing to hide, then there's no reason for it. Right? So either way, you know, idiots like Timmy have got no way of wriggling out of their position. You know, they're glaringly obvious. You know, I just wonder what's going to happen to Timmy when he's no use anymore. Oh dear. Oh dear. Hi Dale, what a cunt. Was it time for alternative channel just for Saturday nights and be super strict with the links? Just a suggestion, mate. Don't know how else to stop this twat other than getting on a plane. Peace, Dan Tibbets. Cheers, Dan. No, why should we change, Dan? I mean, it's, again, it just shows us and makes it stronger for us when they, you know, get involved in that shit. Hello.
Hello, Dal.
Hi, is that Sarah?
It is, yeah.
Hi, how you doing? Yeah. Yeah. So, sorry about that. Sorry about being cut off.
No, don't apologise. I wouldn't even give it a mention. He's not even worth mentioning. But
Yeah, well, that's it.
Moving on.
Yeah.
So, you were saying, like, obviously, you said you're homeschooling your... I did actually homeschool my eldest for a year.
Yeah.
But anyway, he's in school now. Thankfully, you know, he's coming on 10. So, I can actually sort of have a conversation with him about things.
Yeah.
Let's say he's 5. I suppose it's just about maybe if you've got any people that want to come on and maybe they can, you know, give some suggestions about how to approach it as a 5-year-old, you know?
Yeah. So, as I say, you know, with my youngsters, I show them observable, objective facts of reality that their mind can grasp from a very young age, like liquid and how it behaves. You know, it didn't even have to be taught to him. His natural common sense and, you know, cognitive abilities to assess the world he's living in tells him the answers. So for me, it's like, you know, just show objective facts. And really, you know, for me, I wouldn't be scared of telling my kids that and for them to bring it up in school, because at the end of the day, these fuckers are getting away with, you know, teaching kids this stuff without ever investigating it for themselves. So I think it's the duty is on these educators to actually assess what it is they're pushing to our children, and we shouldn't have this softly approach like we need to walk in eggshells around them. Fuck them. They're fucking brainwashing your children, for fuck's sake, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I get so passionate about. I literally just want to go in there. I've got PJ next meeting, like a meeting next week. I get quite passionate, and I suppose it's about approaching things in a certain way.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm learning. Which is, I can do that at home, and I can explain to her, as you say, doing it through experiment.
Yeah.
How do you explain to her what the other kids are being taught in school? So if I went to her and just said, well, that's what they, you know, do you describe it to them so that's what they believe? You know, how do you put that across? Because then she'll go into school with an open mind, with a critical mind, and then she's looking at it and she'll go to the teacher and say, well, no, that can't be right.
Yeah.
And then if she's going to get into trouble, questioning, that's where my mind goes. You know, I start thinking too much. I'm probably way thinking too much about it. But
I would, I know that it's all based in, you know, anxiety and, you know, having to deal with these types of things. But, you know, it's maybe easier for me just because that's who I am. But, I mean, at the end of the day, as I have always done, even with my daughters, you know, I would speak to them and ask them what they learned in school. And if there was things that I just think that the teachers shouldn't be saying to them, I'd have no qualms about going into the school, saying to the teacher, listen, you don't teach my kids that. You don't teach them that as if it's factual. You tell them that it's, you know, a hypothesis, an idea. Don't tell them that it's factual. If you start telling them it's factual, you know, you're going to have an issue with me. It's as simple as that.
I did that. I went in one day and I was like, are you teaching religion in the school? Like, because they pray at lunchtime, and that gets me, you know, really riled up. Because, you know, it's not a religious school. And I do go in as much as possible. But we all have this in our head, you know, you go in, you start talking, and you can't be, you know, teaching religion. It's not a religious school. Yeah. And they're like, no, we're not religious, but we do get the children to say a prayer at lunchtime. I'm like, well, that is religion. You know, I don't know.
So again, Sarah, it comes down to the parent taking responsibility. Now it's your children, and the buck stops right at you. So you know, if I go into that school and say, I do not want you teaching ideology or any of these things to my kids as factual, you know, and if they don't respect that, then we've got an issue. You know, they can say, I mean, here in the UK, you know, education they say is mandatory, but you can assess that education. Going to school is no mandatory. You know, so they have no right. And as I say, I don't have any qualms about saying to somebody directly to their face, you should not be fucking teaching that when you do not know what you're saying and repeating, unless you've investigated it and you know it for a fact. You know, so
yeah, very true, very true. You've got a good, strong head on your shoulders. You know, and I think that's what it takes. You need a strong back.
Commitment. People need to start committing.
You've got a strong back, exactly. So,
yeah.
But, yeah, no, that's what I thought I'd call it. It was playing my mind since she said it on Friday, so I thought I'd give you a shout in. It's something to think about anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, I'll let you go now.
No bother, Sarah. Thanks for phoning back.
Take care.
Take it easy. Thanks.
Bye.
So I just want to, you know, kind of re-add to that as again, you know, what is it with people? You know, it's Stockholm syndrome. You know, this pandering to this big force. Oh, the big force is going to get me. I mean, come on, fuck, man. Stand on your own 2 feet, take responsibility and assess and discern what the fuck is going on round about you, and start putting cunts in their place. Right? Without any fear. What do you think is going to happen? You know? Nothing. You get respect. When idiots start coming the cunt, you stand up to them and you put them in their fucking place. It's as simple as that. So I don't have any tolerance for any fucking idiocy, any bollocks. Especially when it comes to my kids. They're the next generation. They're your responsibility. Not the government or the fucking school teachers. Your responsibility. So you need to get active and involved with your kids and start fucking, you know, showing them what, you know, objective reality actually is. No fairy tales from books or browbeating you know, kids into submission by fucking adults 8 hours a day. Fuck that. It's a fucking nonsense. Oh, such and such said this 450 years ago, therefore you should be patriotic because such and such did a good deed for you. Emotional manipulation into your fucking kids. I mean, what the fuck? Oh, Copernicus. Oh, we all loved Copernicus, therefore Copernicus was right. Browbeat, 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 browbeat. Pressure, pressure, pressure. They are fucking manipulating and brainwashing your children. You wouldn't accept some stranger walking up to your fucking kid in a swing park and starting divulging fucking fantastical stories to them. Starting to influence them. Oh, no, you'd be up in arms about that. But yet when it comes to these fucking institutions, it's, it's a big mystical power. It's fucking men and women just like me and you. The only authority they have is the shit that you've got going on in there. It's an illusion. They don't have any authority. None. So if your kids are being taught about fucking flying space testicles and vacuums and big bangs and 4.5 billion years ago, I suggest that you go in it and you slap it into fucking touch. At least that way, if you stand up to it and you do it in the right way, respectful and mannered, it's going to trigger these people into going, what the fuck? Because then they're going to realise the severity of the situation that they're in. And they better go and fucking double check, because they're going to have a burden of guilt on them for passing this stuff off without proper investigation. Ignorance is no fucking excuse. Pisses me off. I'm just tired of people with a spineless, apathetic attitude. And I'm not talking about you, Sarah. You know, I don't mean it like that. But in general, people have this spineless apathy to an illusion in their mind. Chat disabled. Check baggy ass has no switched it off, pal. It's hope for truth, Dale. The chat is disabled. All good now. He wants Marshall to sing him another wee song, lol. Everywhere I go, I take flat earth printouts with me, pubs, clubs. I even put them in plastic bottles and throw them in the sea. I bury them on beaches. My pals think I'm bonkers, but I like to do my bit, lol. Your pals think you're bonkers, yet they believe that they are the result of a big bang, explosions, inflations, where gases and vacuums pulled together by way of a magical force. And then that magical force, you know, magically made water appear from fucking nowhere, curved in a ball. And then the water mixed with the earth and it made a big soup and life popped out. Swimming about. And then grew arms and legs, mutated, although mutations are the opposite that we experience again in practicality. But we're all mutants, mutated fishes. So they believe that up until now, you know, we're mutated fishes, and then we start shagging other mutants, right, that make other mutants. And they're just a long continuated result of mutants. Right? So they are mutants on a fucking nature-defying space testicle that was created from fucking nothing and nowhere. Hello?
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 Right, live just now.
Yeah, you certainly are.
What do you think is beyond the imaginary curve?
What do you think?
Neil Cameron from Dumfries here.
What do you think's beyond it?
Beyond the imaginary curve.
No idea, man, but that's what I want to find out. I can make guesses and throw ideas out there, but, you know, that's no use to anybody.
What do you think is on the secret land they're hiding from us?
Well, if
Cameron from Dumfries here.
If it is secret land, if it is, that's the case, that there is other continents or other puddles like yours, other worlds, if you want to call them it. And I don't know, mate. It's whatever. I mean, as again, I get back to the whole thing about, you know, motive right now is not really my issue. You know, it doesn't negate the fact that we're in the middle of a situation here. You know, so if people can get together, we can actually go and establish what it is and find out.
Do you think the Freemasons are behind us all?
Aye, I think, you know, they play a role in it. Much like a lot of the other institutions play their roles, but you know, it's not just one, you know, group of Freemasons or one group of Jesuits or one group of this or that and the other. It's a mindset, and they operate through every facet of reality, you know.
Aye.
So they'll put on any robe, whatever's useful to them for that time, you know. What do you think, sir?
Aye, well,
what do you?
All from me. Over and out. Leon Cameron from Dumfries. Walker Bridge, young team. Yeah, let's get that.
The young team plucked up the courage to phone in the live event. Got their menschie out there. Hope it made you happy. Dale, I feel that as much as I hate the fact that people will not even challenge the question of living on a globe, almost as bad as the people who turn back to you and say, why would they do this, and what difference would it make to my life if it is flat? I just sigh and feel like saying, how's about taking your head out of your ass and stop watching Big Brother and see what Big Brother has done and is doing to the world you live in? No wonder you get so frustrated and hung up when such a lie doesn't even cause concern. Thanks for your perseverance with the brainwashed. I know you don't condone violence, but that prick Timmy needs a good kick in the balls. You wouldn't be kicking anything. I don't think he's got any. You know, again, you know, it's this whole, what does it matter? It doesn't matter if you're a fucking brainless gimp that's just quite happy to walk through your life full of delusion. Oh, my wee happy delusion. I mean, it doesn't matter to you, but it matters to people who have got a mind that questions, contemplates, reasons, thinks. You know, it really does matter, because, you know, you get right to the crux of it and you go, what is this fucking reality? What the fuck is going on? Culture and cultural, you know, programming and cultural ways and lives and lifestyles and careers, and their ideas. They're not rooted in anything objectively true. They are a distraction. So for people that realise that and they work loads of things out, they come to the realisation that, hang on a wee minute here, what is this I'm being told about things appearing from nothing and nowhere? Yet in everyday life, I see in practicality, it needs a mind. It needs something to put the other thing in motion. And it's usually mind, because if mind's not involved, fuck all happens. We don't set off explosions and see order and things being created. We see the opposite. And then the story begins. You realise these things and you realise that there's a push to fill you with fucking absolute garbage, fairy tales. The same as the religious institutions have always done, feeding you fucking fairy tales to distract you, to give you meaning and purpose, a false sense of meaning and purpose, a false sense of security, a false sense of certainty. Right? Because in that state, you're useful to insecure, weak, needy, manipulative type minds. Dale, how can this cunt cut off the chat? Ask the little cunt for a live debate. He's been on before, and it's, you know, it's not a debate. That's what these clowns need. They need you to represent an idea, right? That's why they've got a big issue here, because they know that we're nothing to attack other than facts, right? They need us to take on a straw man, because that's what their wee, you know, dialogues all worked out for, right? But when you don't represent a straw man, they have fuck all. And it's about objective reality. You don't debate it. You show it practically. There's no need for debate. So break down the heliocentric claims, look for practicality. Oh, it doesn't exist. Okay, that's why it's a plastic toy, right? Because it's fucking nonsense. It's a fairy tale. Aye. All right. Oh, this globe. I can't show you an actual model with rock and earth and sand and dirt and air and pressure and water. I can only show you in plastic. So he's been on. He's sniped. Doesn't get his own way, not clever enough, knows that we're too clever for him. That's why he comes in and takes his opportunity with 4 minutes at the end. Otherwise, he would have just came and had the discussion on Wednesday when it was open. Even when he did come in uninvited. He's done it before, and I just let him talk. Because I'm reasonable. He knows that, but he knows that he's not clever enough to deal with me. Right? Because he's full of lies. And when you can see through lies and you know how to articulate it, they have fuck all to stand on. I'm not interested in wee dipshits like him. He is an irrelevance, an insignificant irrelevance. It's the real world that I'm concerned about. That's why activism is so important in the real world. That's why I'm active continually. My pressure is on these people who are educating the population. I want to speak to them. That's what matters to me. No fucking dipshits like him. He's got enough shit in his plate. Right? I don't need to fucking put any wasted energy towards him. When I get animated, it's deliberate. I don't have any emotional investment in a fucking nonsense irrelevance like him. Again, he's not smart enough to realise that. So why would I want to waste any more time with dipshits like him? There's much bigger things to be getting on with. Don't make them relevant. And I keep saying that. Don't make these people relevant. Don't listen to their crap. Don't let them draw you in. And again, anybody who is giving them a place, you need to be suspicious of them. Right? Because they're only there to sow confusion and doubt in people.
So a little comment from the chat box here, Dale.
What's that?
Anonymous Truth, quoting, "We should do away with belief systems and imagination." Very concerning quote from previous episodes. This reeks of New World Order rhetoric to create robots and destroy creativity.
Well, again, you know, you can't just take what I say and then launch it whatever way you see fit. When I'm talking about belief systems, I'm talking about in regards to who we are as human beings, what life's about and where we actually are. You do not need belief systems for that, right? In order to experience the real world, you can know it. It's there for you to know. You don't have to believe it. If you take belief in regards to instilling self-belief in yourself in order that you can achieve things and you can get up and get active and, you know, a sense of self-belief, that's fine. That motivates you, that gets things done. So it's just a matter of separating and understanding the language and where we're applying it and what it is I'm actually talking about. Imagination for artistic purposes, creating music, fantastic. Observing and, you know, experiencing actual objective truth, you don't need any imagination. It is what it is, regardless of what you imagine it to be. You can imagine, as I've said before, bullets are lovely little balls of fluff that are going to fill you with love and energy and stuff like that. You can believe that all you like. The truth of the matter is it's going to penetrate your fucking skull and kill you. Right? So there's a separation in where we apply these words and where they're useful when we use belief and imagination. In regards to objective reality, you don't need any of the two of them. So, fuck you, cunt. I hardly think sense, in trying to instill critical thought and logic and reasoning into fucking people's minds is New World Order stuffs. Insecure, manipulative, needy fuckers do not want that. They want the opposite. They want dumbed-down clowns believing they live on nature-defying fucking testicles. That they evolved from soup. And that their consciousness is just an illusion. That's New World Order, manipulative, whatever. Sorry, just bear with me a wee second here. So, where's the guests? What's happening? Have we had any requests for guests, Marshall? Have we them away?
No, we had a couple that have shied off due to the anarchy of the evening, dude. But I'm sure they'll be back next week. I just had a thought there, dude. I mean, maybe we read it wrong. Maybe the anonymous truth guy would like us to build some robots or something. I don't know. You're on the wrong channel, dude. You need Meccano Weekly for that. There are no robots here.
It's just part of the spin. If this person's trying to spin something, it's just everything can be categorised and you can understand things instead of everything being a hodgepodge together. So as I say, when I'm talking about belief and imagination in regards to objective reality, it's not required. But for other things and purposes, then it can be required and useful. Right? And just because I address my objective reality with logic and a critical thought doesn't mean that I'm an emotionalist robot either, or that I want everybody else to be. I'm very emotional. I feel deep feelings. I have loved ones that I cherish, that I have relations with. But again, it's like I understand facets of myself and where to apply them. Taking control and figuring things out. That's what it's about. Not just logic 1 minute, emotion the next. Fuck, Now, if people have been intimidated or put off by these actions of your loving government, don't let it affect you, because that's what they want. They would love nothing more than to see this fall apart and disband. Right? That's what their objective is. Realise it and don't let them away with it. Right? This is not just about me. I'm the janitor, the moderator for this platform. This is about every one of you out there. Right? The truth depends on you having the backbone, and that you keep coming back, that you keep showing them, fuck you. And then laugh at them, ridicule them, take the piss out of them, because that's all they deserve. Don't waste your energy on hatred or any of these things, because again, that's what they want. They want you caught up, emotionally enraged, with nowhere to take it. That's going to burn you. The best method that you could possibly employ is laughter and ridicule. Right? I don't get emotionally, upset, or I'm really angry, are we thinking about Jimmy? I couldn't give a fuck. I get animated for certain purposes. Right? At the end of the day, their tactics are never going to work on me. Right? They only hope that it's going to work on other people. They know it's not going to work on me. Right? They're not that fucking daft. They know how to profile. They know how to read.
Well, I got Mercury 7 in the mail saying that he'd like to debate you, dude.
Mercury 7, you can come back during the week and try and debate whatever you like. You better bring practicality and actual facts though, okay? I will see you on Wednesday. Bring Timmy, bring every fucking globe disciple you can possibly find, please. I'll let it be 10 against 2 or 1, whatever it takes. Bring them all. Go and get wee Gingy Jed tea. Go and get him. He might feel safer coming in when there's a wee group of yous. I'd like to debate you. I'd like to debate. Tough. Your lies are exposed. The game is over. Debate, 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 debate. Oh, let's try and sow confusion in people's minds. Let's act like there's a dichotomy. Oh, there's one side against another side. There only is objective reality. There only is one way. Like it or lump it. Right, I'll just come to the chat box. How are we doing, people? Peachy, bring your gimps, bring in your gimps, exactly. Bring them all. That twat P-Mars owes me $5 grand. I want it. There's people out there that need it. Pay up, you dishonest little twat. Hope for truth, Graham ears. There's these are man-made, in my opinion. I'm asking where are all the people who were taken to safety after the first one, blah, blah, blah. Not sure what the conversation is there. Reese Broodcoom, New Zealand's with you, my brother. Nice one. Nice to hear somebody else from another part of the level plane. The pond. Just over the pond. Yeah, that's right. The pond. Because oceans don't flow away. Means they're contained. Level. Oh, but there's tides. Oh, the moon's pulling them. Ideal flat earth is spreading like wildfire. There is no containment. These acts are of pure panic and their collapsing fantasy. It certainly is. The thing is, we don't lose people who are awake to flat earth. We only gain new people. Love this platform, flat man. You're right, it is. And exactly, you know, you can see the panic in them. As I say, when you go back to any kind of mainstream media, like whether it's newspapers or the TV, it's just every fucking second word's globe. Globe, 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 globe. Desperation, this globe is in its death throes. Right? It's laughable. It really is just a matter of time. And you're right, you know, we don't lose anybody. You know, we only gain more. And that's exactly what's happening. And these dipshits better start realising that. Their option is to come clean, start putting us in the picture, or else, you know, I don't know what's going to happen. You know, still no rule out the possibility there might be a very good valid reason for them, you know, perpetuating this fucking crime. Because that's the only way to look at it right now, is a crime. Unless there is a very good valid reason. But they better show what that valid reason is. Stephen Atomic will never get Timmy and Brenda on at the same time. I have thought that myself a few times, that they were the same people. Again, you know, this is why you get these repetitive characters, because the Globe is so weak. They don't have that much, you know.
We've got a fake IPS asking for a link. A fake IPS asking for a link. It's, come on, people. Fuck.
Well, for all we know, they're fucking with these comms as well. You know, if people are struggling to get emails answered or get their email through, but yet we're getting these clowns. Again, they would love to see this falling apart. Love nothing more than to see it falling apart. But again, it doesn't matter if this falls apart, they shut this channel down, the damage is done, the cat is out the bag, job done as far as I'm concerned. So fuck them. It's unravelling like a nappy full of shite, mate, and I'm convinced that's why we parasites like him are sneaking in here. He has nothing to offer but claims that don't correspond with natural observations. Well, that's it. That clown's just repeating stuff, the same as many people repeat. Oh, the stars, the stars, the stars. You know, none of us live up there. We live here on Earth. Yeah? Again, it's just part of their sophism. They offer red herring, sophism, illogical jargon, word salad, just as any lie would, you know? Marilyn Wisby, is Aussie Merrill on tonight? Dale, if I ordered something electrical from Australia, would it work over here? That's another thing. Why is electricity, plugs, etc. all different? I don't know if Merrill's about.
He was in the chat a minute ago, dude. I'm not sure. You still
Hi,
there,
Dale.
Mum?
Hi there. With regards to Tim, not nice but extremely dim. Don't give him the airtime. Just apologise for an interference and crack on with the hangout. That's it, mate. That's exactly what we do. You know, every time that happens, you know, it's just going to be fired straight back up in defiance. Well, I'm not going to get anywhere. What time are we on? 9:30. Well,
Oh, Merrill is about, dude.
well, if Merrill wants to come in for a wee chat, then we'll see what happens. Hello? Hello? Yeah, speaking.
Oh, you're on live now, right? Okay.
Yeah.
My name's Steve, and I've put a couple of comments in the past asking for your thoughts
Right.
on what is underneath the plane, what is supporting it. I just wondered what your views were.
Yeah, I don't have any, mate. You know, I can start guessing and throwing ideas out there, but it's, you know, unless it's investigated and explored, how are we going to know any of these things?
Yeah, well, the way from what I understand, they've managed to drill down 8 miles so far, and it came to either dissolved the drill bit or something happened. They couldn't get any further. So I've always wondered what if it is a flat plane, what is holding it up? You know, is it floating in space? Do you think? What your idea was?
Well, who knows? I mean, you know, you get these idiotic cartoons of fucking turtles and stuff. I mean, you know, I could postulate and say that we're encased in a sphere of spheres and we could be part of some vast other place that we just don't know anything about right now. I mean, you could wander off into imagination land till you were blue in the face, but it's not going to bring any resolve, you know?
No, I've watched I think I've watched every single one of your videos now, I think every single one, and you're very knowledgeable, and I admire your opinions, really. I'm sorry you've been messed up tonight with the idiot.
Yeah.
But it's just nice to talk to you anyway. I just wonder what your views were on what is this plane that you described must weigh trillions of tons, and so is it floating in space? I mean, how deep does it go? I mean, nobody knows, does it?
No, that's it. You know, we don't know. It could be sitting on any kind of foundation that's part of some other bigger part of reality that we are not aware of. I mean, who knows? You know, again, people get limited in their thinking because they've been offered this bigger picture of, you know, testicles fucking flying through the vacuum, you know?
Yeah, the more I study, the more I'm convinced that you are quite right, and I think the work you do is fantastic, but there's just one nagging doubt in my mind. What is holding it up? What is supporting it? And I can't get to the answer I'm looking for.
Well, you know, well, that's, I mean, it doesn't, you know, for me, it's just the claims that the Globe make, you know, and, you know, where the practicality is for that. The rest of it has to be investigated. You know, we have, by no means, the burden is not on us to come up with some, you know, full model and bigger picture. You know, that requires investigation. Yeah. So, just because we... Sorry.
Sorry, mate, well, I think we're talking over each other then.
Yeah.
They delay on the line. What does your friend, the guy at the university man, think of how what's supporting this plane? I can't remember. Gav, that's it. What are his thoughts on that, you know?
No, sure, mate. You would have to ask him yourself.
All right. I'll ring back I'll have to ring back when it's on holiday.
Of course. Of course. Anytime.
Yeah. Okay, mate. Nice to speak to you anyway, mate.
Nice. No problem, man. As I say, you know, what any construct sits upon a foundation. So, you know, if I held you in a massive 4-mile barn your whole life, you know, you would establish through investigation that was supported by beams and it was built on a foundation which was part of a bigger environment. I mean, you know, who knows? It's just about investigating.
It's hard to get your head around this. I'm 99.9% on your side, but there's one nagging. It's frightening to go jump 100% after 50 years of brainwashing, you know.
Yeah.
It's quite scary today.
It's because
people have been it about 6 months now.
Yeah.
And there's just that one question: what is underneath? What's below 8 miles? If it is a plane, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for your time and keep up the good work and thanks for everything. So.
Cheers for phoning, bud. So you phone back anytime. You can ask Gav directly.
Okay, mate. I will do that. I'll when it comes back.
Nice one.
Thanks a lot, mate.
Cheers, bud.
Bye. Bye.
Cheers, man. That's for me is the hard point for people. It's to be able to be in a position of saying, I don't know. It's because we've been sold these ideas of certainty and that these godly figures have the whole universe figured out, you know, and they've got nice wee diagrams and images and cartoons that instills this sense of certainty and a bigger picture in people's minds. And then if you remove that, people are trying to replace it by, I need bigger picture, I need a bigger picture. No, you know, why can we not just be at that point of where we are and say, well, you need to remove that expectation. You know, this is a situation we're in. This is how we logically address it. This is how we logically move forward. This is how we productively move forward. This is how we progress by investigating and finding it. You know, but I get it, you know, why people are like that and they're scared to let go. They need another security, another certainty. Merrill, how you doing, mate?
Good, Del. You all right? You going to stay on a bit longer?
Aye, mate, I'll have a wee chat with yourself and then I'll probably scoot off, man.
Yeah.
I didn't realise that was the time already, but obviously the interruptions tonight.
I'm Marshall and I'm feeling fair to middling, dude.
I've got a feeling I'm never going to hear the end of that one, man. You know?
Baggy hoop.
Right.
So what are you saying to it, Meryl? You into cheer us all up?
Yeah. Well, it's so good to hear stuff like, you know, pond and weak, pathetic mind control, break it down, take the power, the fucking hooks that they're trying to get, you know, into kids, teenagers, always being led astray. It just, anything that, if you're feeling, you know, like, I mean, I got a level with everyone too. Like, I had a bit of a wobbler of a couple of weeks, and I just started to think like, because I started looking at the mainstream again. That's what I started to realise. I started to looking at the mainstream and think, well, are these guys ever going to level with us? And I just don't reckon that's what the point of that whole thing is about. You know, it seems the mainstream culture has been installed to take us away from ourselves.
Yeah.
Like a fun fair, but you know.
But it's breaking down in so many levels, Meryl, you know. When you can see the cracks and all through society, people are getting restless, they're getting fed up. You know, it's just a matter of time, you know.
Yeah.
And I know what you're saying, I've said it many times before. Look, there doesn't seem to be any honour with these people. It just feels as if until they're backed right into a corner, that, you know, they're not going to give it up until that's the case.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. What I had to log out, but did that caller who called? The last thing I heard was him trying to figure out if we were floating in space or.
Yeah. Wanting to know what's underneath.
Right. Yep. Yep. I mean this is a bit of a big call, but in my gut, in my chest, I reckon Earth is all there is, Del. I think it all leads home. Where we are, it's all about us. You know, I know human beings have got issues, and there's a lot of dickheads on this fucking pond. But there's a lot of good people too. There's a lot of good people who care and have integrity and love in their hearts, like you say. We know it.
Yeah.
Just look around you. And that's what I've always felt since I was little, that there's something really special here, but there's something trying to ruin it.
Yeah. Well, that's it. You know, for me, that's it. It's not just about us, Meryl. I can contemplate many different possibilities. You know, right to the point where we are a petri dish and part of some other bigger reality. You know, I mean, it's not just about, you know, all of a sudden, oh, we're just special. I'm not ruling that out. That it is just us, and I'm not ruling out the possibility that we are still insignificant and just a petri dish in some other bigger, you know, part of reality. I mean, I really don't know. You know, I know that what things, scenarios that people would prefer, and I understand them because I have moved through that myself. You know, but I'm tired of that. Whatever it is, you know, I don't care. I do not care. And I spoke to you the other day, and I explained that to you, that people say, oh, the answers are inside, the answers are within. You know, you go, for fuck's sake, you know, I locked myself away for pretty much 15 years, done some deep contemplation, analysing, introspection, and then you arrive at this point where there's nothing really internally to discover. You know where, you know, who you are and what's kind of going on, and it's a matter of now piecing the puzzle together by exploring the external. You know, I have all these senses that I can put to use that can give me a better perspective and understanding of what I'm part of. But right now we're being limited and we're being brainwashed, you know, with these ideas and all these concepts drummed into us. And it's so difficult for people to let them go and try and perceive something else, or just not have any perception, just to get to a point of standing still and going like, I don't know, and it's okay not to know, you know. It might be scary for a wee minute, but then you realise that it's, you know, uplifting. You know, because you're coming to the realisation and the admittance that you just don't know. And for all these years you've been trying to grasp at certainty and fit yourself into a certainty, and then you just have that relief moment where, look, nobody that I know knows what is all this I'm involved in. Let it go.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. Yep. And that's healthy. That's healthy. Yeah. I've met people. I mean, you can muck around and say, oh, that person's got issues, or this person's not quite right in the head, or, you know, that's one thing. But I actually know people who are mentally ill. Yeah. You know, they have to take medication and everything. It's hard for them, you know. The chemicals just don't, I don't know. But, and schizophrenia, you know, different things. People struggle. It's fucking hard enough down here not having that to deal with. But
how do we know that certain concepts and ideas or experiences of life have not formed that mental illness? You know, it's chemistry, You know, what if it's these concepts, these ideas, and they've never had, you know, the strength just to work them out? They've been affected by them, it's infected them, and they become a victim. You know, I mean.
No, it's fair. It's fair. Because a lot of experiments have been done on people with so-called, you know, with medication and I just feel, for me, just to bring it to a equilibrium, I guess. This thing of banding together, it is really important, and just having a place. You've made sense of so many things, and you're able to cut through bullshit like a warm knife through butter. And then once that catches on and other people start applying it, imagine if we all had that in operation strong.
That's the way we should be.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's the way everybody should be.
Yeah.
Zero tolerance for anybody who wants to fuck with that.
Yeah.
And again, you talk about mental illness. I mean, look at the fucking world we're living in. People think they're balanced and normal, yet they're running around, stamping on each other, chasing bits of paper to have a bit of perceived power over other people. Well, families are ruined, people are traumatized, animals are being mistreated, the whole place is being treated like, I mean, you know, that's mental illness. What we're talking about is no, you know, it's trying to balance that and bring some sense to it and go, wait a wee fucking minute here. No, what is the actual reality of the situation we're in right now? Let's stop trampling on each other and being ignorant, you know?
Yep. And when the clouds part and the sun comes out and there's not too much wind, seems like a nice place for a second.
What's that, mate?
It just seems like a nice place when the sun comes out and the clouds part and there's not too much wind and people are out and about and they're going high. You know, you're not all rushing past each other in your jackets with your hoodie on, and you don't want to fuck.
There's a big difference when people are stopping and being in that moment and being respectful to each other and recognising each other, and, you know, but people don't live in that moment anymore. They're all running away into the future and caught up with anxiety and stresses that are just illusions. They don't have to be there. People don't realise that they have bought into it. Nobody sold them it. Nobody forced it on them. They bought into it. You know?
Yep. I I used to live in a share house in my 20s, and a guy I lived with, he'd always say, "Don't shit in your own nest." And the reason I'm bringing that up is because I feel that Earth, our home for now, and maybe it's always been our home, but for now, we are here. Guys, they're fucking trashing this joint. They're shitting in our home. They disrespect us, the powers I'm talking about, government, military, NASA, all these guys. They're trying to take us off Earth. They're trying to get us to turn our backs on ourselves, each other, and where we are. We've got to stop doing that. That's just my personal gut core on it.
Yeah. Well, you know, my feelings and, you know, going a wee bit further. Again, you're right, mate. You know, a change in attitude and how we're looking at things and how we're treating each other would make a huge difference, you know. But I'm still cautious about buying into this reality in any way, shape, or form. You know, as you've said, you know, Earth, where we are right now, we have to deal with it. But is this where we're supposed to be? Are we part of some other, you know, form of manipulation where we are, you know, we're never supposed to be here? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just very cautious before I go buying into it. But I totally agree. For right now, we could make each other's lives easier by being open and courteous to each other, bringing it back to the moment, you know, and chilling the fuck out, so that we can start assessing what the fuck is going on, you know.
Because
sorry, mate, I'll just answer this quick, and I'm going to turn it off.
You're right.
Hello.
Hello, is that Dale?
Yeah, speak. Yeah, speak.
Yeah, he's an absolute breath of fresh air.
This is it's Dale speaking, man.
Oh, Dale, you're an absolute breath of fresh air, buddy.
Oh, thanks, man.
You are, yeah, keep it, and I don't mean you're released, do you hear me?
What's that?
I said, keep her lit.
Nice one.
But not your release, hey, buddy, you're an absolute breath of fresh air. Love you, buddy, keep her lit, and keep her real.
Cheers, man.
Right, take her easy, buddy. Thanks again.
Nice one. Cheers, bud.
Bye, 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 bye.
Right, I'm just going to pull that down just now. Sorry, Meryl, what are you saying there?
I honestly don't know. It's because I'm waking up.
Baggy hoop, baggy hoop.
I think what I was gonna say was it's hard to be here sometimes. Like I've always been a bit of a goon. You know, I'd be in school and the teacher would be talking and I'd be looking at the class and, you know, pulling faces at people, like when they turn their back and they're writing on the chalkboard, you know, like it's always felt like a bit of a laugh.
Yeah.
And it should be. It's fun.
It's these fuckers that are making it fucking serious, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. It all gets a bit too much sometimes, and I always find when it gets too much, that's what I wanted to bring up. I bloody take it out on myself. I don't take it out on my next door neighbour or the lady down the shops. I always hurt myself when it gets too much, so I've got to stop doing that too.
Later. How you doing, Lonnie? You alright?
What's going on? Yeah, man. Oh, well, I kind of hit the send button too late. Merle just kind of fucking pretty much brought up whatever I was going to say either way. Apparently, Merle's been communicating on my fridge or something. So everything I was going to say, he pretty much brought up. But I guess to kind of expand on all of that, you guys are spot on. You're on point. The thing is with people, I don't know. People fail to recognize the vibrations between them. You know, if you get my drift. And they usually ignore it. Because, you know, there's something in that person that they want and need that doesn't really have anything to do with the personal connection you're having with that person. You understand where I'm getting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, you know, we compromise and we ignore these bad feelings about people, or these not so much bad feelings, but cross vibrations, if I can, I don't know, coin a term. And we ignore these shit because they, that person is offering something that we need. So we compromise our beliefs, we compromise our shit. And it comes down to, it just makes us, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of numb to everything, kind of numb to like the vibration of the world. So we kind of make our own vibration in this world, and we don't care how it affects other people or other groups or other, we don't care of the fucking ripples we make in the water. You know what I'm saying, of the world. And that's something that's we definitely got to take a look at. We definitely got to examine. Like you like to point out, it's a mentality. It's a mentality. It's an inherent mentality, a trained mentality that people just can't shake. To where the self, you know what I'm saying, is elevated above everything at every cost. But you pretty much said everything else. I was gonna say the same. I was gonna try to get back to the same thing, but you beat me to it, Merle.
Well, look at all those people who went to war, Lonnie. They had to come back. They had to adjust.
I mean, yeah. That's the thing, is that we do all these ridiculous things for all of these fucking empty and misguided concepts and ideals. You know what I'm saying? Like he brought up earlier. I watched that stupid fucking whatever most watched feed. Fucking seriously, manscaping. They're doing tutorial videos about fucking shaving your nuts. Like you need instructions on how to not run a razor across your fucking testicles. Are you serious? I mean, come on, man.
Well, it was a poll. I mean, apparently it's a huge dilemma for people whether or not they should shave or they shouldn't shave.
Yeah. Yet all the fucking firefighters and all the construction workers that worked in Manhattan, in downtown Manhattan, have nothing fucking, objective to say about what fucking went down on 9/11. They'd rather listen to Alex Jones and all of these knuckleheads than the actual fucking people who were there. Or look at the actual fucking evidence that was there. Like this cognitive whatever dissonance, disassociation is just, it's mind-numbing. And to me, it causes me physical pain to be around people like that are just so narrow-minded. It literally makes, I don't want to say sick, but it makes my joints ache. You know what I'm saying? I could just feel the wrong vibration in the air.
Lonnie, I'm going to have to answer this call here. Sorry, man.
No worries. Marshall, how's it going?
Hello.
Hi.
Just saying hello.
Is this the people beyond the imaginary curve?
Yes, it certainly is.
Hi. Is Del, perhaps?
Yeah, speaking.
Yeah. Hi, man. And also hello to the chat and the moderators. Is Gavin there too?
No, he's not here tonight.
Okay. I have a question that I think the insights of the people beyond the imaginary curve would be very, very useful. So my question is, how can someone from inside the academia help to illustrate the nonsense and the clownery that is going on?
Sorry, I misunderstood. What was the question?
Okay, so the question is, assume that there is someone that, for lack of a better word, wakes up and finds themselves behind enemy lines, so to speak.
Yeah.
So someone that is already an academic, already, with a degree inside the academia.
Yeah.
What can such a person do? I mean, they would be ridiculed immediately if they talk to their colleagues, right? So that's the question I have for the platform.
I would hope that they would, start speaking to other people that are involved with them that they trust, and maybe spreading it through word of mouth. I understand that people are going to be in a position where they've got a livelihood to, keep up. So, I mean, I think again it just comes down to discerning, and everybody's situation is going to be different. But I would hope that they would realise what is going on and have the spine to stand up and start speaking out.
Yeah, it boils down to hope. That's the thing I agree on. Yeah.
Well, that's it. That's all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Cool. Again, if you want to call back when Gav's here, you can speak to him direct.
Yeah, I would really like that. I will try that.
Nice one.
Thank you very much for your time.
No problems, man. Thanks for phoning.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Cheers. Sorry, guys. I just had to answer that. I seen it was coming in from Denmark.
Nah, no worries. No worries. It's always good to hear other callers. At least I'm not waffling about bullshit. What's going on, Marshall? Great job on that track the other day, dude. I've been fucking singing that song all week, and oh my goodness, the whatever the samples from Dell is just priceless stuff, Marshall. Good job.
Yeah.
Did great.
It's rattling around my head as well, man. You know.
I was thinking about expanding on it. I'm a little bit of a lyricist myself. I was thinking about trying to expand on it a little bit. But
Wow, go for it, man. The more tunage, the better, as far as I'm concerned, man. Yeah.
I must have watched it at least a dozen times. It's funny shit. That's crazy. Oh my goodness. I can't. That's funny stuff. And that's what they don't get about all of this, man, is that we don't take it that fucking seriously. Like, do I come to Neil deGrasse Tyson or one of them jerk-offs goddamn sites and smack the fucking flying, spinning testicles out of their mouth? No. Leave us the fuck alone already. Let us, you know what I'm saying? Why can't people just be happy with other people communing in peace? Is the fact that we're not all fucking fighting each other over ideals and shit should, clue these motherfuckers in on something, The fact that our opinions don't get in the way of what, I'm saying? I'm sure there's personal beliefs you have about this that I'm not going to agree with. I'm bound not to agree with. There's plenty of times where I've heard you say stuff that I don't necessarily agree with, but that's irrelevant because it's the stuff that we agree on that's important, period. It's not the stuff that we disagree on. That's why no relationships work, because everybody's looking at the differences instead of looking at the similarities. It could be 300 differences. Those 2 similarities make all the fucking difference and wipe out half of those differences right there off the bat. Like, that's what people just don't get that shit. And it's frustrating. Like, if you see me, I get frustrated. Well, that's crazy. Coming in here sniping shit.
It's funny.
Well, he deserves this shit.
I mean, it gets his material just like the cracking track that we put up, I mean,
I hope he comes back with a rebuttal. You fucking idiot. God, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm not going to pay him any attention. He's a fucking clown anyway. He's got nothing any decent content to offer. So, doesn't have any creative.
I don't even think I've said. First of all, the name turned me off right off the bat. You know what I'm saying? That name rung bells as soon as I heard it because I've been, looking into this shit for the last 10, 12 years. I think I might have gave him a try. I might have listened to him. I certainly listened to him when he came on here and tried to be civil for all of 30 seconds. He tried to be civilized before he got into his bullshit. But he had his shot, know what I'm saying?
Well, that's
You're absolutely right. I'm gonna start. I keep getting bad feelings, and I always have. I think I've actually pretty much guessed it was him twice already. I'm gonna have to start fucking warning you guys. I'll have to start saying something because you could smell him a mile away. Even that dude, even the dude that you were talking to was like, you could see he started after about 5 minutes to talk to you guys. He started talking in circles, and I'm like, wait a second. I felt like they were setting something up. But
yeah,
it's ridiculous the length that they'll go to. It's all good, as long as it doesn't turn anybody away. As long as we get to make fun of it, and they can't.
Well, that's it. Just keep ridiculing it, and don't let them get to you. That's as simple as that.
Yeah, it's come to that point. It's come to that point.
Yeah. Exactly.
Deserve all the ridicule. You know what I'm saying? They want to bring it there. You know what I'm saying? I always try to tell people, you don't want to bring it there with someone who fucking lives there.
Yeah.
Basically, you want to bring it to a spot where I make my fucking bed. You know what I'm saying? Don't get mad at me when you get broke down.
That's it.
Yeah,
you break people down better than anybody else.
I heard one. No, you're right. Growing up, it's don't get angry, get even.
Don't get angry, get what? I'm sorry?
Get even.
Oh, get even. Well, I don't know about even.
Yeah. No, even's taking it back, like Dell's saying.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I'm here. Because, like, I think it's knowing how to get the best out of yourself. That's something I've been working on most of my life. Wasting time, getting caught in things that just rob you, getting around people who don't give a fuck about you. Like, I'm done with all that stuff. I'm done with it. I'd rather be alone. And then that gets lonely sometimes, and you got to know how to be your own friend, be in your own corner, not implode, not go self-destruction, not look at the world outside of you and just think it's this hostile, horrible place. That's a fucking lie. There's just confusion, heaps of it.
Turn off the fucking TV. Stop reading the fucking newspapers until they start putting objective truths in there and no propaganda left, right and centre. But again, it's just part of the apathy with people. And it has an effect on them, they just don't realise it. You know? And once they're in, once they're hooked, that's it. You start spinning the fear tactics left, right and centre whenever you see fit. And all you're doing is just turning it up a wee bit, turning it down a wee bit, turning it up. You know? And that's it, you get into the actual world and it's not like they're reporting on TV.
No.
Exactly. Exactly. A lot of these people that spend their time, when are you not alone, bro? Well, at least with me, I'm always alone no matter what. I could be in a room of 1,000 people and still be alone at most times. So when are we not alone in this world? Everybody's always alone either way, whether we're with people or not. It's just about how you spend, like you say, how you spend that alone time, where you focus your energy on. But for some people, it's harder than others. For some people, it's harder. So some people, they embrace different, truths about themselves, which is also a harder thing to do. But it is what it is. All we can do is manage, keep doing what we're doing. Keep working, keep trying to progress, rather. Instead of just sitting around in a circle jerk. What's not a circle jerk in this life right now?
Circle jerk. I mean, it doesn't matter when people are banding together for a common purpose. You can call it whatever the fuck you like, you know. But then,
yeah.
This isn't a Saturdays for people to converse and get involved with each other and say what they've got to say. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, the globe's a fucking circle jerk.
Yeah. All hail
circle jerk.
Right?
All life is a damn circle jerk. All we're doing is going around, you know what I'm saying? History has told us that at least a dozen times. Shit just repeats and repeats.
Exactly.
Shit just repeats. This whole goddamn game is a circle jerk, no matter what we do. So, you know what I'm saying? At least make it a worthwhile one.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's just sort the
foundation.
Let's just sort the foundation, and then people can get back to their delusions if they like.
You go back.
I'm not interested in shutting down or controlling anybody or changing anybody, fuck that. We just need the foundations, we need that fundamental knowledge, and then it's an even playing field for everybody, and not just a fucking minority.
And like you pointed out a couple of months ago, we need to get back to that clan mentality, that communal mentality. People hear communal, they think communism, and automatically they're already turned off right there. They don't understand what it is to be like, you know what I'm saying, in a communal situation where everything you do and everything everybody else does benefits everybody mutually. That's a brilliant idea. I hope that can come about sometimes. I hope that can come about somehow.
Again, you're right, it is just an idea, but it's a much better idea than what we currently have. It's still an idea. It's still an idea.
It's a better start, at least, at the very least. Of course, everything's corruptible and manipulative. Everything's open to manipulation, but it's a better idea than anybody else is having right now.
Well, this gives us the opportunity to understand how much the manipulation's worked. So it's knowledge. It's actually good for us, because if we are to move forward, we can then instill it in people. We can analyse it and we can show people, and that's part of the real education again. So that you don't have a situation where people can get away with lies and manipulation, because people are clever enough to realise it and to address it, and then you stamp it out.
Yeah.
As simple as that.
Nip it in the bud, exactly. Get it before it even starts. Once the air starts vibrating, because you can always tell when somebody's playing a game. So you can always feel it in the air.
Exactly.
You can always feel it in the air. You can be in a group of people and you can tell which one of them is playing at something. May not be nefarious, may not be directed at you, but they're playing a selfish game that they're willing to.
In regards to structures that we require in order to work as communities, then you would instill that, and it would all be based on empirical facts. Every facet of the structures that we require in order to operate as communities would be based on that. So it is incorruptible then, you know? You stick
humans have a way of corrupting shit. Well, corrupting everything. Humans have a way of making everything corruptible. I don't think we're like.
Well, I couldn't generalise like that, man, to be honest with you, because
no, I hear you. I hear what you're saying, though.
Right now, I can only view humans in you know, regards to the situation they are in. You know, I don't know what humans were like before this. You know, how they lived, how they thought. I can have a look and maybe take some guesses, you know, based on some of the architecture and some of the works that we see. But you know, judging humans based on this situation is just not a fair cop, I don't think. You know.
Yeah, you're right about that. I just try to be I'm a little more cynical when it comes to my
people can make it that way, man. I get it.
No, yeah, exactly. Definitely. I get really cynical. Like I take humans, I take, you know what I'm saying, people's actions, you know what I'm saying? That's part of the equation. And when people act in, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Like there's no coincidences. Everything's a pattern. When people act in certain patterns, like that mentality, you know what I'm saying, that we got to look out for. I'm always looking for it. I'm always looking for it. And I always have that idea, you know what I'm saying? But of course, you got to be that way, but you got to not let it.
You recognise it in yourself. You've moved through it and you recognise it in yourself. That's how you have the ability to recognise it in other people. So we're all susceptible to it. We all have that choice where we could be like that if we wanted. Now, but it comes down to a choice.
Yeah, of course.
If I'm a realist,
and
I embrace who I am and I realise that in myself, I can then recognise it in you and everybody else.
No. And of course, a lot of people come get their only two choices is silver or lead. You know what I'm saying? So what choice is that? When it's a choice between your livelihood, you know what I'm saying, or your life, faced with making these hard decisions. You know what I'm saying? I understand. I can understand why gatekeepers are gatekeepers.
Yeah.
Not, you know, doesn't mean I like it, but I can understand it. I can understand why people will protect all these lies and you know, just to protect their well-being or their idea of their well-being.
Yeah.
That's the thing that we have.
As I said, I watched that wee episode earlier, you know, and it was some girl who hired people to murder her parents so she could have money. I mean, this is just the kind of thing you're dealing with, you know, and if you see that in, you know, a small scale, you know, people that live within our societies, and that's what they're capable of, then you can bet your ass that there's bigger powers than that are just of the very same mindset, you know? Yeah,
of course. Like I commented yesterday, I've known truth, but this is what got me. This is what made me turn my back on the so-called truth movement back in the days, is that I had one guy that I corresponded with that literally told me he believes in 9/11 or false flags. He believes in secret space programs. He believes in fucking weather manipulation. He believes in, you know, all of that fucking heavy shit. Secret space, fucking chemtrails, vaccines, fluoride in the water. That's all bullshit. But he believes in all, you know what I'm saying? This is a guy that believes in fucking Bigfoot or some manifestation of Bigfoot, but chemtrails is beyond his fucking reasoning.
Yeah.
Like, and it's just, I'm like, really? Like, you can't, like, you're going to be open to all of these crazy beliefs or ideas, but these things that are pretty much based in physical.
We've got robots in Mars. We've got robots in Mars. You're a crackpot. Do you believe in robots in Mars? Aye.
Even mention chemtrails to some people. It's just ridiculous. Like, it's obvious that they're doing something with our skies. It's never been more obvious than that.
Yep.
And people just refuse, you know, they're not doing, they say, okay, yeah, they're doing something to the sky, but what they're doing, you know what I'm saying, they wouldn't do anything intentionally harmful. Do you believe that they knocked down 2 fucking buildings for you know, to make Americans proud to be Americans again and to wave some flags and fucking go to war? Yes. But you don't believe that they're fucking with our skies and poisoning our fucking air and food. You know, it's ridiculous. The cognitive dissonance, like the cutoff point with some of these people is so ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know, and they don't even want to, you can't even get close to flat earth with a lot of people. You can't even get close to it. It's like, you know,
There's different layers.
it's a mental barrier.
Different layers, different levels. Listen, guys, thanks very much for coming on again tonight. I'm going to.
Thanks for having me in here.
No problem. Cheers, Lonnie. Cheers, Meryl.
Thanks for being here, guys. Merle, I'll holler at you later.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
Well, it's been a pleasure, people. Again, just keep at them. Don't let these games get to you. Right?
Oh, fucking hell.
I'll be probably back Wednesday. I'm not sure. I might take a wee break this week for the midweek thing. We'll get some street stuff done. I'll see. I'm probably going to do a comment response live thing tomorrow. I'm pretty sure I've got the time to sit and do that. So if you want to join me then, by all means. I don't know how long it will take to get through the comments, but I'll see how I go for time if I'm going to open up for people coming in. But appreciate it. Thanks for coming back for 3 times. Much appreciated, people. Magumba, Jonah Worms, Marshall, everybody, take it easy.